Now, Will, on the topic of forgetting to finish stories, when we were doing the Forgotten Project, we checked out Elias, our good Norwegian friend Elias's, his brother's video of the human slingshot.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if you remember, but previously...
I remember. This has been haunting my nightmares. The mystery behind this slingshot and the secret organization behind it is something that I have needed to have the answer to the questions that I've had in my head.
Well, this is like, I mean, I'm not sure if you've been watching like White Lotus, but this is a mystery that unfolds in fascinating fashion because we've had two bits of correspondence about Torp, two different perspectives in a Rashomon style bit of storytelling, two different perspectives on what Torp is from both Elias and another listener. But I thought would give Elias the first right of reply, considering it's his brother and his brother's company.
Yes, exactly.
And this is just rich with information and new revelations, Will. So Elias says, thank you for covering my brother's water slide. So Sven Torp is my brother. My full name is Elias Vistven Torp. So he's a Torp himself, not the longest kick in Aussie rules football, like the Norwegian version of Torp, although... I'm sure we touched on it last time. It would be great if there was an AFL footballer called Torp.
I mean, it would be amazing.
It's like having a basketballer called Dunk.
Right.
Dunkachinos. Okay. All right. So I've cut out the Torp for a more catchy name for my music and stuff.
Okay.
Do you think? I think keep the Torp in is catchy. You should just call yourself the Torp.
It's catchy in Australia because it has an association with the game. But is the word Torp, by its very nature, like is it common in Norway?
I call it Norwegia.
In Norwegia. in the independent Republic of Norwegia. Can I ask, is Torp a common name, do you think, or do you think it's a distinctive name?
Let me look it up. How common? So what did I say? How common is Torp name in Norwegia?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there is actually like a Wikipedia entry for it. So Torp, the surname, I don't know. Well, mostly Norwegian. Yes. Okay. There's a guy called Alf Torp. It's a habitational name from the many of several farms or places called Torp from the Old Norse word Torp, T-H-O-R-P, meaning farm, which is appropriate. That the guys who build a giant water slide and slingshot on a farm, that their surname is Torp.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Bookman in Seinfeld.
Right. Oh, maybe, like I'm from a farm. I wonder if Will Farm, would I have gone better or worse in my career if my name was Will Farm? If this was like Welcome to Topo, like
that's a great that's a hip hop name. That's like Will I Am, Will Farm.
Will Farm.
I will farm. Have horse will farm.
That's my rapping partner. Have horse. Have horse and I'm Will Farm. Like it works well when we're together. It's a bit weird when we're.
Although you were from a dairy farm, so it's more has cows will farm, right?
Well,
or has cow will farm. Can you? One cow does not make a farm. I'm pretty sure.
I know, but we had more than one cow. We weren't.
That's what I mean. So your has cows,
has
cows will farm.
Will farm. Okay.
So yeah. So your taboo to your will I am is has cows.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, my hype man has cows, and I'm Will Farm.
Okay. I promise my family is not a cult of any sort, but they are absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
So if you remember, Will, when they were designing the slingshot, it was about pushing human abilities to their ultimate limit. There was kind of like a psychological and physical aspect and engineering aspect, it seemed.
People can listen to the episode, but the website and everything associated with it, it had this sense of, we're doing this to push the limits of what human beings can do. If we can do something like this, you can do whatever it is that you want to do in your life. But then there seemed to be a program behind this that then we started talking about cults, because anytime something seems too good to be true, I believe it's a cult.
Well, I believe the term they used, which sounded kind of cultish, sounded almost like Scientology was they talk about how to upgrade your life, which is a very like, well, it's kind of tech bro startup language, but it also does sound like cult.
I mean, even when they upgrade me on an airplane, I'm like, am I joining a cult? I just need to ask, am I joining a cult?
Okay, so Elias says, my brother started his business as a massage place.
Yep. Okay.
I'm sure it's legit. Like Scandinavia, right? Like you say in Australia, you go to, hey, I'm going to a massage parlor. People will look at you a bit strange, right? Or is massage parlor entirely mean like brothel?
Massage parlor means...
Can a massage parlor actually in Australia...
I don't believe that places that you go to get a legitimate massage in Australia call themselves massage parlors.
So why does the word
I believe that massage parlors, yes, is a euphemism for a sex work.
I understand it's a euphemism, but but why? What is a parlor? What is a parlor? How does it, like if I say I'm going to a massage, what do you call it? Massage, like a massage center? What do you call a massage place? I'm going to go to
That's a good point, actually. Like you do kind of say I'm going for a massage rather than I'm going to the massage shed or the massage hut or whatever.
That sounds worse than massage parlor. That sounds like, my uncle used to, when he started my uncle, we all used to go to the massage shed. The what? Yeah, didn't everyone have a massage shed growing up and they'd stay with their uncle?
Yeah, you go out the back, you lock the door of the massage shed, and you give each other massages. This is normal, right?
But I'm assuming in Scandinavia, because massage is so big, and particularly, I know this is offensive to Normans.
You're going to say Swedish massage, right?
They hate the Swedes, mate.
Maybe it's the opposite. So maybe in Norway there's no massage, because it's such like a Swedish thing. Like the Swedish have got Swedish massage, whereas Norwegians are like, mate, we don't even need to get massaged. You know what Swedes are? Soft. Oh, your muscles hurt, do they? Well, ours don't. We're tough as wood. Norwegian wood.
Yeah, building slingshots and bloody giant water slides, mate. And then they've taken mushrooms and dance parties afterwards. Okay. So my brother started his business as a massage place and it became quite successful.
Yes.
Sven and my older brothers have always really been into extreme stuff. Now, I imagine when he says extreme stuff, he's talking about like snowboarding, hang gliding, skydiving, not like stuff you'd find on the dark web. I'm hoping it's not stuff you'd find on the dark web.
Or maybe it's the band extreme. Like maybe you love the ballad more than words.
Pornograffiti. Yeah, that album Pornograffiti is very underrated. So when Sven had some money to burn, he started making these crazy contraptions. Okay. So I love this. He's
made some massage money. He's got some sweet Norwegian massage money, and he's decided to spend it on something fun.
Whoops, sorry, I lost you for a second.
Okay, well, I'm back. I've got you. Have you got me? Great.
Yes. You're a bit staccato, but it's okay. I love this though. I don't know how much money, and I'm not going to speculate that Sven's made, but this is what like billionaires do, right? This is like Elon Musk, Richard Branson. They make money. It's like, okay, now I'm going to just like invest in a giant slingshot, giant human slingshot.
I mean, this seems much more practical than what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter. I feel like Elon Musk should have just like made a big slingshot. And tried to maybe if Elon Musk combined his two interests and he said, I'm going to slingshot a Tesla into space. That's what he should be doing. That's what we want to see from Elon Musk.
And then that would be, I mean, you know how you could sell that too. And Elon doesn't have to pay for it. You go to Universal Studios, you say, hey, Fast and Furious 12, or whatever they're up to now, why don't we slingshot a Tesla into outer space?
Yes.
You guys pay for it. I'll provide the Tesla.
Vin Diesel in a Tesla, drinking a Corona, gets slingshot into space.
It's all about family. He flies off through the lower atmosphere. Okay. Elias says, I'm not really sure about the entire upgrade thing. I think it's just a combination of the massage and a plan for achieving goals you have visualized, but I don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
That's definitely not what it is, Elias. Like, it's not like who is advertising or paying for a combination with some visualizations.
I mean, look, Elias is his brother. You got to give Elias plausible deniability in this situation, right? Like,
I don't know what the upgrade.
I don't know what he does. Like, I know he gives a good massage and he makes an awesome slingshot, and occasionally he asks you to upgrade something for $9,000.
I don't know what it is, to be honest, but a lot of professional Norwegian and international athletes seem to think it works somehow. Okay. So that makes a bit more sense. So like if it's, you know, the AIS or something like that, you're getting Olympians together, you're going to push, you know, into the edges of like psychological advantage. And so the massage thing is actually makes more sense because, okay, so, you know, you're working with a bunch of, I don't know, track and field athletes and stuff.
Yeah, this is, I mean,
go into the...
This sounds like it could be perfectly legitimate in that sphere. You always hear in professional sport about these, you know, particular gurus, whether it be like some, you know, tennis academy that you send your kids to kind of, and they have all these sort of things around like visualization and
they have lifelong problems. Is that what you're going to say? Send your kids to a tennis academy to have a fractured relationship with their father?
Terrible parents. Terrible parents.
Okay, so he says a lot of pro and international athletes seem to think it works. I have a lot of crazy stories about the farm and my brothers and my father. So if you guys want, I will gladly tell you more, explain anything you want. Yes, Elias, yes, we want all the stories. In fact, 100%. We could make a whole series of Elias stories, I think. So whatever.
The Elias tapes, the Torp tapes.
Yes. All right. So far, we've got the biggest horse in all of Norway. We've got the giant water slide. We've got the slingshot / Torp. What else you got for us, mate? Yes. Tell us the crazy shit your brothers and your dad have done on that farm where there are giant horses, giant water slides, and giants. Everything's big in Norway. That's what I'm starting to realize.
Is there a chance that Elias is a giant and is from a family of giants?
Yeah, that's right. Now, this is the best bit, Will. He signs off by saying, if you guys are really serious and you want to come here for the summer, you'll be very welcome. Now, that to me, like, if there was any incentive to contribute to our Patreon, like maybe I'll just put that in as a tier, like get Will and Charlie 2 business class return tickets to Norway so we can go out once. We'll film everything. It'll be content. We're not just asking for a free holiday. We'll be working while we're over there.
Yeah.
And would you do that?
And well, you know what the great news is too? The most popular podcasts in the world are all true crime podcasts about unsolved murders, and people will be able to follow how we were murdered.
How you and I went missing, Midsummer style. How we got sacrificed to some pagan god in a giant wicker basket.
How we got downgraded at a particular festival they were having, crushed under the world's biggest Jenga.
It's just Jenga blocks made from dead humans. Just calcified dead humans. They're running out of blocks. So
Elias and his family just around in a circle chuckling as they pull dead humans out of a giant corpse Jenga block.
Jenga tower. But seriously, like if we could, if this was like let's say it's a week, you and I fly to Norway for a week to get shown around the farm, and like there's some big event, like they're building, I don't know, like the world's largest trampoline. 1,000 people are going to come to the farm and all double bounce one guy 400 feet into the air. Like that's the event. Would you go? Like if it was all paid for, we just go over for a week, we shoot it, we come back, we got like footage, content, maybe do a special series.
I mean, look, I'd like to go. That all sounds like a lot of work. And I feel like once we're there, we'll just want to have fun. So
yeah, but we don't have to pay for the flights. I'm saying the listeners can pay for the flights and we'll give them the content. That's how it should work.
Yeah, the content could just be us talking about it when we get back. If we get back.
which you're making me increasingly doubt. Now, I said I had two bits of correspondence, and I am telling the truth. And so this is another perspective from Ashley, who lives over there, who's been in touch before. Ashley's Australian. He says, "Hey, guys, I'm your other Norwegian-based listener. Mm-hmm. I thought I could offer some background info on Torp. Their basic business, once you strip away all the twizz." What's a twizz?
I don't know, but you got to.
Is that a Norwegian term for
the twizz?
The twizz. Once you strip away all the twizz, it's sports psychology. They are good at what they do, and their client list, whilst mostly Norwegian, is pretty high level, with several successful Olympians on their books. I'm an old fart, and I don't fully buy into this stuff they are selling. So you're the H6, you're the Zoom H6 of TOEFL listeners. But it's hard to argue with the success. And St Kilda could do a lot worse than taking a 23-hour round trip to Norway to be shot from a slingshot into an icy cold.
Okay, now we've got an idea. We take the St Kilda Football Club over. Like, this is like, what a great, like, off-season. We've got to pitch this to Ross Lyon. I know we're crossing the streams of our other podcasts, but
let's do it.
We have got to pitch to Ross Lyon the idea that he's got to take the St Kilda Football Club over to Norway as like a team bonding like thing, and we go over to document it.
That's a great idea, and as long as we don't have to pay for it. I don't know if you've noticed, Will, but my
your main theme is as long as we don't have to pay for it.
As long as we don't have to pay for it, I'm down. No, I think that's a great idea. But do you think that, like, if they do this, this is their business. We're internet friends with Elias. How do you think he's going to go saying to his brother Sven, "Hey, is it cool if, like, you do your job for free for these, like, 43 young men from a football team we've never heard of?"
I mean, you're right. If we're not willing to pay for our own flights, it's hard to ask that favor of them in return. So I think that's fair.
Now, you might remember...
What is the best time of the year to go to Norway? Like, is Norway is like the opposite to us when it comes to seasons? Is that what's going on? So is it like
Northern Hemisphere? So
So because like this all seems like summer stuff, right?
Norwegia, best weather, Norway.
Yeah. What's the best time of the year to go to Norway?
June, July, and August. Fantastic. We have a mid-year break. In fact, the Saints have a mid-year. Every team gets a bye. So
you know what?
We all go.
You know what I love the most is, like, my television program is on at that time of the year, and I love the idea that I would go and ask them for a week off and then have to explain. I'm going to Norway. Firstly, I'm going to Norway to get shot out of a giant slingshot.
Well, is it like, because when I had Sammy P on Fofop a little while back, we were talking about Five, and he was quite enthusiastic about our Is Jay OK documentary where you and I go to Wales and try and track down Jay from Five. And he was saying, like, I genuinely would watch that. I think it's a good idea. So are we kind of just slowly putting together like a documentary slate? Like, are we treading on Alexi and Cameron James's territory with, like, sort of pop culture journalism?
No, because ours could never be accused of being journalism. And look, to be honest, only the Is Jay OK aspect feels like journalism of any kind, right? Whereas this feels like us just going, here's someone who we were impressed had a big horse, and now it's developed into something that we never expected. So
that's our pitch to Screen Australia for the documentary funding is, look, this dude has a horse. Apparently it's massive.
The biggest horse in all of Norway, mate. And you know how the horse got that big? It upgraded. It did a little more every day. Every day, Torp would go out there and give it some, like, you're going to be a big horse. A couple of mantras.
I can see you and I, like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly and Step Brothers in our tuxedos standing in front of the board at Screen Australia doing a PowerPoint presentation with a photo of a player kicking a torpedo. Torp. Not that kind of torp, but a torp.
Torp. It's Norwegian for farm.
So give us your money. The end. Give us your money, fuckheads. The end. We walk out high-fiving. To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/TOEFL.